that? What is that? Copper grate? Is there a way to open this? Oh, hang on. I see redstone? I just reached the... Ah! Whoa. Hello, everybody. I'm Sunraven, and this is HomeSMP. In my last episode, I worked on building up a beautiful Firewatch tower in my forest, and I also started It's HomeSay, the brand new HomeSMP newspaper, to report on all the suspicious findings and everything going on, especially the NAU signs that keep getting left on people's trees. Very suspicious. But either way, up here we have the Firewatch tower, which is looking gorgeous, and I think I even have my newspaper on me as well. Ta-da! Newspaper! I've also been working on things in between videos, such as a new place to put our nether portal, because I wasn't happy with the original placement because I wanted it to be further away from the house and also hidden from view. So I ended up building up a couple of lovely little rocks to hide the portal within. So now when you enter, you can enter straight into the woods, and the house is like through the trees, and there are lots of paths and stuff, and it sounds like Happy is running the moss farm, which is a little bit loud over my intro, but that's all fine. Oh, also finally did a little bridge here. Well, I say bridge. I decided to make it a little bit of a fallen tree here, so I thought that would add to the fun. I also went ahead and textured up a lot more of the forest over here because I hadn't done all of this ground that you see. So I figured it was high time to extend the terraforming. We still have a lot to do. There's still a lot of grass here, but that's just a job that I've been chipping away at in between videos, as well as just like adding trees. So those projects will always be ongoing. Speaking of projects, we have some projects for today's episode. One of them being we have our first SNOT meeting, Supernatural Observation Team. That's going to be happening later, which I'm super excited about. I hope people come. I hope people want to be part of the team. We also today are going to be working on some storage, which reminds me actually, I was just in the middle of something, wasn't I? If I could just reach the... Ah! Whoa. Huh. Well, this certainly isn't a storage system. Although... looks like there is redstone and stuff down here. Interesting. Ooh. Broken glass, so it's got some liquid in it. Slime, always a great sign. Flooded pipes. There's leaves in here. Oh, I don't want to know what that is. It's like blast doors or something. Hang on a second. Did I just find a UFO? Is this a spaceship? Interesting. I mean, whoever owned this place, it doesn't look like they're here now. 'Cause like the lights are still on, but maybe there's just some sort of backup power generator? Whatever it was, it looks like it's running low. Ooh. This fall? Hey. I mean, they're restoring something in here. There's two options here, right? One option, I leave this and I cover it back up and I never talk about this again. Or option 2, which does sound more interesting, we take on the bright side. We don't have to dig a hole for our storage system. What if the storage system was just here? You know, we can fix the door up there. Maybe we could even try and break open some of these like big doors. See what we can find behind them. But yeah, I think if we clear out some of these are they like tanks? And I think we can actually use this space and turn it into something nice. And I know you're thinking, okay, Raven, that sounds a little bit crazy. We don't know where this place is or what it's been used for or anything. But it's clearly abandoned. Clearly abandoned. I honestly think this is just a really cool find. We can clean it up, use it. Maybe we can even find like some sort of black box or something. I mean, if it's aliens, do aliens have black boxes? I mean, saying it's aliens feels like going too far. I think finding an old ship buried in the earth, like, it's more likely than not that it was some kind of hoax, or maybe somebody built this as like a cool underground bunker at some point, you know, just to keep people like me guessing in the future. Or it could be a film set. There are all sorts of reasons why there'd be something weird underneath me and Happy's forest. But yeah, either way, I say I get to work and do a makeover. And this won't be a building project. This will be a renovation project. So renovation time lapse. Let's do this. Oops. Ew. Right, so I know I should really be working on the new storage system and, you know, figuring all that stuff out and everything, and like every other task that I should probably be doing that I'm currently procrastinating. However, I didn't do that. I got bored and I now have a bunch of this stuff. And I was gonna build a tiny pop-up shop for it, but hang on a second. That's new. This building did not have a second floor initially. And there are, protesters say no to gas inflation. Gas prices are too high. I don't think anyone even sells gas. So, okay, so excuse me, folks with pitchforks and torches. They're really angry about these gas prices. Yeah, this is new. Interesting. I wonder what Emmy's gonna be selling up here. I like it though, it's fun. But yeah, this was not here before. Huh. Interesting. But yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, I got bored. well, I guess I didn't get bored. I was procrastinating, and I decided to gather a bunch of ancient debris. And now we need to sell it. And I was going to do like a little tiny pop-up shop, but my little tiny pop-up shop turned into not a little tiny pop-up shop. It's still a small shop, but it's guys, I keep doing this. Let me show you. Yesterday it was sugar boxes. I was going to build a tiny farm. No, me and Slump have a farm for shulker shells. We don't sell them. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just build a tiny little pop-up shop. And then my pop-up shop gained redstone functionality, and now, okay, imagine this is a building. Just think really hard. This is a tall building, okay? And this is a little tiny alley, and you're like, hello? And there he is. He's like, you wanna buy some sugar boxes, kids? You wanna buy some sugar boxes? Oh, hey, we made some sales. Nice. But yeah, he's super cute. Just a grumpy little guy in the alleyway. I'll stop bothering you, sir. So yeah, I was like, just a quick thing, and then it turned into like a little redstone guy. And the same thing happened with the ancient debris today. And it's no longer just a tiny little pop-up shop, and now it has cool redstone functionality. Let me actually show you what I've been working on in creative before we actually build it on the server. Okay, so behold, here's what I've been doing. This is my little design here for my little bakery. We're calling it Swirlz Bakery. That sells my little cinnamon bun netherite. And I don't think it can be called a pop-up shop anymore because of this whole creature down below it. I wanted to go for like a little tiny, like it's kind of slightly a market stall, but also a shop combo. So I do like this build. It's a very tiny little guy, but it's adorable, if you ask me. And with this part at the bottom, it kind of looks like a Baba Yaga house or something. It looks like it's got feet, but that's actually going to be buried underground because this is my automatic cinnamon replacing system. So if I show you my designs over here, my idea was that I wanted it to be so that you break the top cinnamon bun into the shop, so that you'll break this one here, and then it's instantly replaced. Except that they won't work over here because I have not actually turned on the redstone. But I'll show you guys over here. So this is the same. Yeah, this is the same system that I have built inside there. So if you break one of these blocks, it will automatically replace it. And I messed around a bunch and also did some Googling, and I tried to find something to help with this. And honestly, there are not a lot of like vertical sand pushers which automatically replace themselves. Most of it is like you place down sand and it'll push itself up. The reason I've used sand here as well as ancient debris is because sand has a nice capability where it will actually fall. So if I refill this with sand here, the idea is that once this pushes up, the sand will be falling to replace it here. So I think if I can even show you from here. There we go. So you see how it pulls in the sand there and replaces up at the top, which is super cool. How I've achieved that is I have a redstone signal here, which is continuously telling these guys to push up, but this is actually push limit. So this is 12. So these pistons can't push up unless one is missing. So that means as soon as one is missing, it'll automatically refill, and this piston will push up. And then as soon as this fires and moves here, this sees it and sends a signal to that piston, which grabs a new one. It does all break if it runs out of sand. So I've asked people to kindly not break any sand, or else it'll just start blah, 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 and like killing itself. I tried a lot of different things over here, and here we have this one here. This one you see doesn't work because the timing is wrong, so it just spits out the sand and is annoying. This one is actually one where I've it's a manual signal that I put in, so that one works as well. But I decided to have it be like continuously refilling because also this one took a lot of observers, so I figured not a long chain of observers would be better. Also, originally had it just like this, and it was not tileable. So I've ended up with a super cute little like tileable, like one wide system for a vertical sand pusher, like refilling sand pusher. So if this is useful to anybody, then great, because I couldn't find one for my purposes. So I had to design my own. But who knows? Maybe this will help somebody out. Obviously, I will have to refill it once it runs out. But with it being, you know, push limit, there's a bunch of like ancient debris and blocks that you could just take from here. I don't know about if there are any other use applications of this machine. Maybe you guys can think of some, which would be fun. But yeah, I mean, it works very well, and it will always put itself back up. And then yeah, here you can see this one's gotten to the limit here. So I think, do we have one more break? Okay, we definitely have one more break there. But yeah, then this breaks. What even is that? 12 times 4. So yeah, you can put a good number of ancient debris in this system before it stops working. I'm just pretty pleased with how it works. These ones are also cool and useful. I like them as well. Is this one broken? This one might be broken. Yeah, this one works though. There we go. So if you want one that you can input, then that also works. I do like that it's manually refilling. But this was like the initial design, because I was like, the main issue the main issue that I ran into was just getting the timing of these right, because if you don't have like the pull and the push happen at the right time, then yeah, we'll do the same as this one, where the sand pops off, because this one will try and push like through the sand as it's falling, so it won't like grab it in the correct time. But yeah, so vertical to automatically refilling block piston things. Is that what I'll call this machine? Yeah, that's the official name of this machine. So yeah, you can technically use any block you want to for this one, and the sand just needs to be a falling block of any variety. So I don't know why you could use gravel or concrete powder if you want to, whatever you want to do. Either way, it's functional, it works great. And like, I honestly don't think it could be made any neater. I mean, someone who's super good at redstone probably could. But I just like to say this came out of my brain, and I'm pretty proud of it. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk about vertical block pushers. Thank you. So yeah, should we just go ahead and build this in the world so I can stop procrastinating and technically have my little cute shop. Which is it's a pop-up shop, guys. If we keep calling it a pop-up shop, we can ignore how much time I spent this morning designing it. How about that? And then I'll get back to the tasks I should actually be doing and not procrastinating. And I definitely won't go and mine more ancient debris to fill up the whole shop. I would never do that. Don't look at me like that. I wouldn't, I promise. Ta-da! There we go! I fixed up the space and converted whatever this weird underground spaceship thing is into our brand new, amazing, mega automatic automatic copper golem storage system. This turned out to be a shulker unloader, awesome. Just hooked that right into our house, into the system and everything. So that's running all good. That runs up into the copper golems up here. There we go. Also, I have my wonderful little lossless silent item dropper elevator there. Runs up into the copper golems. We're sorting everything around into all these different chests. And yeah, I cleaned up the space. I fixed the power supply so all the lights work now. Got these little like claw systems up and running. So they're all working great now. We have storage for lots and lots of different items. We even have a little map of the surrounding area where you can see all the progress and everything that we've made with the big forest. Oh, actually, I think I can update some of the forest here. Is it this one? Is it this one? A little bit. You can see I've textured a little bit more of the ground there than I had previously in this map. So there we go. Map updated. But yeah, it is now almost time for the SNOT meeting, so I get to go over there and hope people show up. I might not mention this in the meeting just yet. Because I still not quite sure what it is, and I don't want to go in sounding too crazy. I know it's a supernatural observation meeting, but you know, if I start the meeting immediately going UFOs, aliens, then I might scare away some people who are maybe coming to investigate less blatant supernatural thing. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Also, don't want to like publicize it too much either, because like Grey Pines might send a film crew, and I think better. Also, if it is a UFO, I did just put a storage system in it, so there are lots of reasons why I might not immediately bring this up in the meeting. Should I not have put a storage system in it if this is like a crazy once in a lifetime space artifact? Maybe I shouldn't have messed with it, but it's fine. Look, it's my property. It was here where I was gonna build my storage system anyway, so it's fine. But either way, not gonna bring it up just yet in the meeting. Just in case. Just in case. We'll leave that as a future topic of conversation. Oh, also, I managed to get one of the blast doors open here and hooked it up into another part of the base. So yeah, this door now works great as well. And I've done the same thing to the door up there at the top. Have not managed to get all of the blast doors open. They're taking quite a bit of work. So this is the one that I opened for now, and we'll just have to see about the rest of them. Not exactly sure. Hello, Moss Farm, you're very loud. Not exactly sure what's behind them, but yeah, it'll be a slow process of uncovering all the ship and seeing what we can repurpose it for, and maybe even figure out some more information about why it's here. Either way, I would like to escape from the Moss Farm sounds and head over to the Firewatch Tower for the SNOT meeting. I'm a little bit early. I'm just nervous. Okay, I've got my notes. I'm ready to go. I'm just yeah, I'm a little early. It won't be until later this evening is when I've said that the meeting will start. But I'm just excited, guys. SNOT's first meeting. I hope it goes well. I hope that like people come and they don't think I'm crazy. And that they have supernatural things they want to talk about. They're gonna show up. I know. We'll just wait for the sun to go down. Okay, it should be time. The moon's out, and there's no one here. Oh, hi!
So many stairs. Way too many stairs. Ugh.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hi.
Sorry. Yes. It's a tall it is a firewatch tower, but I figured this was a good spot to have a meeting.
Yeah.
Do I know you?
Amazing. Yeah. We talked earlier. We was talking about the Ghostwood, about your supply chain issues.
Oh, you're from Grey Pines.
Listen. The Ghostwood itself, I get that as a wood supplier, the Ghostwood story isn't great, but you have to understand that's just like an easy thing for the audience to remember. It's just about the spooky stuff in the forest that's going on. I think we can really help each other.
Yeah. Oh, hi! Yay! People coming to welcome to SNOT. Welcome. Just another SNOT member. Welcome on in. Hi. Oh my goodness. Welcome everybody to SNOT's first meeting. Yes, the Supernatural Observation team. So glad to have you all here. Since this is our first meeting, I feel like it's probably good to just talk a little bit about like if anyone's seen anything weird recently.
I have ghost signs claiming my trees.
Ghost signs?
It says they're protecting my trees, but I protect my trees.
Wait, are you talking about the NAU?
Yes!
Yeah, I have one of those too.
Oh.
Do we think it's supernatural?
I don't know. Zimzam couldn't make it today, but he did tell me he also found a sign on one of his trees that said the NAU.
Interesting. Has anyone else had an NAU sign?
I'm still new here. I haven't seen any signs.
I haven't noticed any. I've been at the arena a lot. I haven't been back to my base in a while. I could check later.
Yeah, no, if anyone else, yeah, that would also be useful to know. I don't know if that's supernatural in nature or if that's just like some organization or something, someone on the server messing with us.
It's a white sign, so I think that's been scary, you know.
Good point. You probably shouldn't rule anything out. So yeah, any other strange happenings? Because I've been noticing some really weird like radiation fluctuations in this forest. Like no like, you know, dangerous levels, just like not what you'd expect from a spruce forest.
Is the radiation changing anything?
That's a good question actually. I've taken some different readings. Nothing is like too crazy so far. Like there might be a little more fireflies than normal, especially for so early in the year, but I don't know if that's could just be a good year for fireflies.
I don't know about y'all, but like sometimes I'll just be out and I'll just hear footsteps and then no one's there, or I'll sometimes hear whispers going on.
Yeah, like
I thought
it
it was
like
just
someone's
me.
watching you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So big yellow glowy things in the bushes are normal.
Are they?
Well, how big?
Are they?
Oh,
Yeah.
kind of like your eyes.
Were they eyes?
I don't know. I saw
Were
just
they
shiny
near
orb.
the old lumber mill that's...
Yes!
That's true. There is that old, the old sawmill.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
it
heard
doesn't.
a lot of stories about the old sawmill.
Yeah, I've also heard the stories, and like as a local resident here, I haven't noticed too much weird around the sawmill. To be fair, I haven't specifically taken any radiation measurements from the sawmill, but
I might have been reading too many stories lately.
I think we should maybe like hang up some cameras around the area,
Whoa,
really get a
whoa,
good
whoa,
look at what's happening.
hey, no cameras? No, this is
if you've got
protected
radiation measuring
property.
equipment.
Yeah, but that's
Well,
personal.
You were asking for help with finding out what's happening here. Why no cameras?
Well, it's such a strong like. This is
Is
like
it,
people
though?
live here.
I mean,
Kind of an
it's
invasion
called
of
the
privacy.
abandoned sawmill. Like abandoned sawmill.
Yeah, but it's just still like it might be quote unquote abandoned, but there's still like it's still being
I
used.
mean, we're not
to
saying
cut
it has to
wood.
be in the houses and stuff, but like most
Yeah, we
places
would
have
keep it
security
outside.
anyways.
Maybe in the woods.
Most places have security cameras anyways.
But like, what if I want to go for a walk in the woods? I don't want to be.
Well, I'm sure if you
Well,
a local resident, you know past that we don't necessarily need to put the cameras on.
listen, we can just give, like, maybe you and maybe one other member access to the things, and then only when something like interesting has happened or something we want to investigate has happened, we look at the footage. And so you can, knowing that we won't look at it, you can still walk your little walks.
I feel vaguely patronized, but yeah, like more like sort of a like camera traps type thing, where it just
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I
Just
haven't wanted to do a
precaution.
more in-depth analysis of the local wildlife.
Yeah,
Get some fun creeper
what we're all here
pictures on
for,
there.
right? Trying to figure out what's happening in this forest.
I know on the servo, not necessarily just the forest. I know it sounds like we're all having some weird. Like that's why we're all here, right? Just because there's weird things happening, and we want to.
Yeah. I did have a lot of fireflies move into my area.
Just interesting.
My trees turned blue.
What?
Sorry,
Yeah.
blue
Yeah.
Glowing blue
or blue.
Like blue like your shirt.
Oh.
Oh.
It's pretty
That's an
blue.
interesting blue.
That's why I was wondering
Yeah.
about the
That's-
radiation.
Huh.
Maybe it like
Are you sure the radiation levels aren't too high?
I mean, I could come check in Chin's area. I could set up a little measurer there if you want me to build another one.
Sure.
Speaking of things turning weird colours, has anyone noticed Emmy's a weird colour? I don't mean me, I mean the other Emmy.
Are they?
It's got
Oh.
yeah.
When was the last time I
Turn a weird
spoke
colour.
to? I mean, I still think it's weird that there are multiple of you.
Yeah, I'm
It's
That's
still
sort of
very
a
confused on
weird
that
thing.
level.
That's not really
I
a
think
thing
you're
going
one
on
of the
here.
anomalies, I mean.
I'm just here to do my job.
And your job is?
To investigate exactly what we're here for.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Go team
Sure.
SNOT.
I've been
Yeah.
getting a lot of weird dimensional readings from this dimension, so I'm here to investigate.
Oh.
Just say that again. Something feels weird
There's
here.
a
Like
lot of weird stuff going on here.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like it feels like there's a longer history than what we've seen just from being here. You know, like there's more hiding below the surface. You know.
Definitely.
Oh.
I mean,
I got
isn't
plants
there
growing
always
out of
more
there.
hiding below the surface? There is with any place, no?
True, but it feels more sinister here, or not more sinister, but just more like present. You just think about plants.
Yeah, I have a group of, I'm guessing they're kind of like parasitic flowers. I'm not fully sure how they work yet. I could use help with that actually now that I think about it, but
Hey,
yeah, I'm
plants are my
investigating what
specialty.
they're doing. Oh, perfect.
Well, okay, but plants and bugs. But yeah, I think as all being part of SNOT. I think we can all pledge to
How, like, married are we to that name specifically?
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know what you're talking about. It's great.
it's just the acronym, the Supernatural Observation Team. What's wrong with that?
I think it's an excellent name coming from a group called DERP for short. So
I feel like
Okay.
it could involve less mucus, maybe.
Everyone in favor of the name SNOT, say aye. Aye.
Sorry, Slump, you're outnumbered.
Yeah, sorry,
not
you've been
human.
outvoted. Yeah, but yes, either way, we can all pledge as members of SNOT to keep an eye out for anything weird that's happening and help each other out where we can. And yeah, we'll get to the bottom of this. Thank you all.
good to
Now-
be here.
Awesome.
should be-
Thanks.
Hosting.
Should we do a bake sale or?
A big
No,
sale.
I
Big
think
sale?
it's time
What?
for me to go home.
Well then, what a lot of things have happened to this episode so far. Granted, I recorded all of that back in March, and it is now April. Some life things came up, which meant I could not finish editing the footage. So we're here now. But all in all, still a lot of things did occur. We investigated the UFO thing. underneath our base, turned it into a fantastic big storage system, which Happy and I have been using a lot, and it's made such a huge difference. It was actually quite hard to hide that in streams and everything from you guys, so yeah, you finally get to see that secret. I also built all those pop-up shops in the shop, which have been selling really well and making extra money from that. Not that I need extra money, to be fair, because of the wood shop is if anything, I'm too successful. What do? I'm way too successful. I need to start like selling money or something. I don't know. And finally, we did have our SNOT meeting, which was fun. I still need to go ahead and set up everything from that. All of that will be in next episode. Next episode, we'll focus on getting some radiation stuff like checkers set up, and I guess like putting cameras in my trees or something to watch if there's anything weird happening. Well, I don't really like the idea of turning my forest into a surveillance state. I think that a couple of little tracking cameras could help us find out anything, any extra information about supernatural things occurring here. Oh, and speaking of supernatural things, I was actually invited to come over by Chin and look at her blue trees, which was an interesting experience.
But yeah, they're nice. I don't really there's 5 of them specifically.
Interesting.
Is there any pattern to the way they're priced? Oh, they're kind of like making a thing.
Yeah, like I thought so. Maybe like a
ring,
little bit of like a circle.
Ooh,
They only showed up after the key showed up.
I don't love that we've walked into the circle, though, is my only thing. That's the only concern right now.
That's a very
I
keen
mean,
observation.
as SNOT, do we believe in like fairies? Is that a
Fairy circle?
Raven,
I mean-
I'm going to tell you this very nicely. There are many things you have not encountered out there yet. And you need to be careful where you step.
I'm just asking. I'm just checking. Pastel scares me, guys. I think that was a threat. I'm not really sure. Either way, I'm scared and concerned. But we'll deal with all of that next episode. Because that is in fact all we have time for today. Next time we'll set up the recording things. We'll probably also do some April pranks because there's some prank stuff happening right now. Next episode will not take me over a month to make. Don't you worry. I managed to get a couple of tasks off my to-do list, so episodes should be a little bit more frequent now. Although there is some exciting things upcoming in Home's future, so those are gonna be some cool things that are gonna take some time. So look out for that. But yeah, I hope you guys had a really good time watching this episode. I know I certainly had a really good time making it. And if you wanted to leave a like or a comment for the algorithm, that would be much appreciated. But for now, I've been Sunraven, and you've been amazing. Don't forget to take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye! Oh my god. What? I can't step away from the server for like a day. Not even 24 hours. No. I thought we left the platypuses behind in season 2. He's beautiful though. He's very beautiful. And it seems to be an advertisement for Emmy's wool. Emmy, I bought so much wool from you. So much wool. I don't know if I needed a Perry the Platypus advertisement to buy even more wool than I'm already purchasing from your store. I love him though. He's very cute. He's also a little bit big for this cave. He's gonna have trouble sleeping in there. It's a tight squeeze of a home for him. Goodness gracious. Well, anyway, I was just trying to record my intro. Making Minecraft content is hard.